talk about getting nominated for Best Rap Album of the Year and Best New Artist of the Year, which I even think is a bigger deal.
Absolutely.
Because that's a much harder category to crack, right, as a rapper.
Right.
What was your, like, tell me, like, just your, obviously that's a life-changing moment to get
Absolutely.
that when you wake up in the morning. I know how those Grammy mornings are when they announce the nominations. It's super fucking early. It's East Coast time. Like, what was that like, man?
We were going to the gun range, ironically enough. We were going to the outdoor gun range where you could have multiple people in our section. And we all shooting down, down the lane, and my mama was gonna come, all kind of people. It was just a hot day. And I'm actually in the car, and we get the call. It's like, you nominated. And we had grown accustomed to being up for consideration. So I'm like, okay, nominated, like we got the actual nomination, or
in consideration for the
next
nomination.
stage of in consideration. Like, no, you have a Grammy nomination. You're gonna be at the Grammys. What you mean, right? And then I'm like, oh shit, like that, like, so it hit us. We got excited, and it kind of, that's another time where our little plans had got derailed, because we already had what we thought was going to be a project. It wasn't called War and Wonders at the time. We were planning on dropping something late 2020. Like, we're going to hit them in February. We're going to hit them again, And then that happened. So it's like, okay, well, until the Grammys happen, it's still Black Habits season, And, but so getting nominated for Best Rap Album, I think it speaks a lot to for an early project for me, to my storytelling ability, for it being a cohesive body of work, and for it having a very clear identity among the rap albums that came out then. I think for Best New Artist, of course, it spoke to the body of work, but that spoke to my new presence in this world. What I stand for, how I show up, the music that I put out, the visuals behind it. I think it's just like, people saw me as somebody that came in and filled the void, not just on the musical front, but on the, like, I come from, I grew up in the 90s.
Right.
So we had Tupac out there being vocal across different boundaries. It was, I was a Tupac fan more than I was a Tupac music fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, when Tupac was in a movie, it was dope,
right?
More impactful movie. When Tupac spoke about an issue, you wanted to listen. And then when he put out something, you wanted to learn it too. Your body is banging, baby. I love the way you flaunt it. Time to give it to Daddy Sugar and to tell me how you know what I'm saying? Like, you feel that, like, because you believe him. And I think when we put out music, people believe, like, what I say and where I'm coming from, and they want to know more. So I think that worked to our advantage.